Hollywood producers couldn't write it any better. Corky Palmer, of course, retiring at the end of this season. Raider Rowdies are in the house, and if I can sneak here through for you guys, Blitz 16 is back better than ever. What a way to kick off things in style. Ray, thank you very much. Yes, the winning head coach now, Larry Fedora. Talk about the resiliency of your program, down by 17 at one point, but they come back and get the job done. The Saints one win away from home field advantage throughout the playoffs. With the 2-12 Bucks coming to town, it should be a simple task to cement the team's first one seed in franchise history. He went into this game with needing just 181 yards to break that record. So far in the first half, they held him to 77 yards, so far so good. Yeah, it took an ad by Jags head coach Bobby Hall to get a team in Tennessee to pay attention. Memphis Melrose, an inner city school, was willing. That game could potentially be moved to Oxford and played on the campus at Ole Miss. So enough with all of this drama. Christian, tell me, who's it going to be? J.R. Bollinger gets to perfect all of those pitching woes tomorrow, getting the nod on the mound for the Golden Eagles. He told me today at practice he's ready to go off of 9 days rest. The one thing, though, that's been missing in his arsenal here in Omaha, sweet tea. He can't find it anywhere.
Now, 16 Sports with Brittany Diehl.
Good evening. The party is on in the Crescent City. After 43 long years, the Saints are headed to their first ever Super Bowl, but it wasn't easy. If pressure and drama is what you wanted, then you got it at the Superdome. Neither the Saints nor the Vikings ever got a commanding lead, but the turnover battle was where this game was won. 5-all for Minnesota. The last one, a bad case of deja vu for Brett Favre. Here's how it all went down. In the fourth, tied at 21, Vikings' Percy Harvin loses his grip, one of 3 fumbles for Minnesota in the game. Saints turn it into points a short while later. On 3rd and goal, Drew Brees flushed out of the pocket on the run. He hits Reggie Bush, ruled down at the 1 initially, but refs overturned the call. He was over the pylon. Touchdown, Saints. Vikings try to rally. Favre floats it up to Bernard Berrien. Tracy Porter called on the pass interference. Sets Minnesota up at the 1. Adrian Peterson punches it in. From there, ball game tied at 28. Under 20 seconds remaining. Vikings looking to get into field goal range. Favre on the run, but Porter steps into the passing lane and picks it off. So we're headed into overtime. Saints win the coin toss in OT. Garrett Hartley can kick the team into their first ever Super Bowl. The 40-yard attempt is right through the uprights. Let the celebration begin. The Saints are headed to Miami, 31-28. Now, let's take a live look in from our sister station in New Orleans, WDSU, and their post-game show.
I knew my family and
Again, that's from WDSU, our sister station, and they will face Indianapolis in the Super Bowl in Miami 2 weeks from now. The Archie factor in full effect. We'll be talking about it for the next 2 weeks. The Pro Bowl, though, coming up a week early, so there'll be a lot of things to hype up before we head to Miami.
Plenty of things to keep you busy and to keep everybody entertained.
Yep, and congratulations to the Saints. Well deserved after all of those hard years.
What, 43 years, I think you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, earned.
A long time coming.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Britt. We'll be right back.
The first college football game on American soil kicked off in 1869. Since then, not a single woman has been a head coach, and only a handful have actually suited up. But Sarah Thomas is changing that. It all started over a decade ago on the high school football field here in Mississippi.
You do a good job for them. They don't stay on you too much.
She has worked her way up the officiating ladder and is the first lady to land in the FBS, formerly known as Division I football.
The coaches that do know I'm going to be officiating their game, they're all very they're congratulating me when I introduce myself to them. And those who don't know that I'm a female, it's not until I think I walk up to you do you realize I'm a female, because I tuck my hair and we all kind of look the same in those stripes.
Thomas's story has inspired women across the nation. When she first signed on to Conference USA, immediately following that, 4 other females applied to get an officiating job. And even this season, the SWAC hired its first female referee, as well as the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, who has 3 females on their officiating staff.
You know, if you're doing it for all the right reasons and you're truly wanting to just do the thing because you have a passion and you're just the love for the game and to officiate, then I'm just honored. I'm just honored.
I believe anybody can do anything. I remember when Sarah first came to me talking about, college is here. They're wanting to invite me out to a Reno camp, this, that, and other. And it's one of those things that keep your dreams alive, and you can do anything as long as you put your heart and soul into it.
The NFL has already added Thomas to the league's list of officiating prospects. If she gets the call, this mom of two would be the second woman to ref at a pro level in a man's game. The NBA broke that barrier in 1997, which begs the question, can a woman be more than just an official?
The fact that just because you're female doesn't mean you cannot run a football program. Just because you're female, you cannot stand on that sideline and coach. And if they're capable of doing it, then just because they're female doesn't mean that they shouldn't be hired. So as far as the aspect of females playing football, a lot of girls are bigger than a lot of guys early on in age, and if they have a love for the game and they want to go out there and compete, then I say suit them up.
If Thomas breaks the mold, it certainly will help the cause. During the most highly regarded officiating camp in the country, the Reno Clinic, she was rated the #1 line judge by Super Bowl 42 referee Gerald Austin. So we might see her on Sunday sooner than you think. In Brandon, Brittany Diehl, 16 WAPT Sports.
Christian, it's not hard to tell where this game was lost. Just check the turnover ratio. Georgia Tech had 1. Mississippi State, on the other hand, lost 4 fumbles, 2 of them coming by an unlikely source. Senior running back Anthony Dixon, who going into this match hadn't lost a fumble since 2007.
Yeah, I was shocked, because, I take pride in that, that's one of the things I practice every day, and, I try to play it over in my head, before every play, hold on to the ball, just going over the bases before every play. And, for some reason, this week I ain't have it,
it's just a poor job by us of not emphasizing it during practice, not making sure that we're stripping the guys enough during practice as they're running plays, as we're executing, as we're doing things.
Mississippi State has turned the ball over 8 times in 2 weeks. Head coach Dan Mullen takes complete blame for all of the mishaps. But defensive lineman Kyle Love says it's not the coach's fault. In turn, it's the team that hasn't been playing as a unit. In Starkville, Brittany Diehl, 16 WAPT Sports.
With school out for the summer, what better way to spend time with the kids than to take them fishing? I got the pond and the rod and the bait, so what's next?
These brim really like crickets, okay? So we're gonna hook this cricket on.
Second time's the charm, right? Push the button.
Rear back.
Rear back, let go.
There you go.
How long are you supposed to wait for?
Okay, till the fish bites.
Okay. What's that gonna be? It could be days.
Could be days.
Great.
All right, throw it back. Brittany!
Yay! Nobody wants to eat that one. Now that I've found where the fish are biting, it's the kids' turn.
That's KK. You're going to catch the fish. Ooh, look, he's already got it. He almost had it.
What's fun about it?
Because I catch lots of fish.
Catch lots of fish? What's the biggest fish you ever caught? Show me. How big? Awesome.
Perfect. Taking kids into the outdoors is an extremely important thing. It gets them outside, it gets them back in touch with nature, it gets their families in touch with each other where they can spend time doing stuff as a family rather than, playing Nintendo over here, this kid going to do something different. It just brings the family together as a, a family unit.
In Mississippi, if your child is under the age of 15, they don't need a fishing license as long as you have one.
Well, fishing is absolutely timeless. I actually grew up fishing with my elderly grandparents, and it's something that anybody of any age can enjoy, and it's such an easy thing to do.
Oh, I've seen fish. Look at the fish.
Good job.
All right, Taylor.
Take the time to teach your kids because these memories will last a lifetime. In Flora, Brittany Diehl, 16 WAPT Sports.